Hey y'all, it's Dee Dee. I'm a fiber enthusiast, fiber artist who specializes in knit and crochet projects. Um, Today we are going to do an unhaul, as you call it, or destashing. Goes by many terms. Basically, this is yarn that I am removing from my yarn stash, but there's good news. There's growth with it because it is going to somebody else's yarn stash. So that's always the great thing about getting rid of yarn is somebody else can use it. It's not great to necessarily accumulate a lot like I do and then get rid of it like that, but that's not the problem we're talking about today. We're not talking about problems today. um, but to be fair, I have a whole trash bag full of yarn and a box and a half that I'm getting rid of. This is growth. This is progress. It's not necessarily the way I intended to do it. The last unhaul that I did, I intended to do it maybe once a month to get rid of yarn. That's not me, honestly. That's not me. I hold on to things longer than I should sometimes with that, but we're gonna not talk about that. Getting rid of yarn is a form of growth. And it welcomes your stash for new things. And I'm not gonna lie, it's slightly inspired by the changing of the seasons too, the spring cleaning everybody talks about. But it, I ran out of space, and I'm still struggling for space for the yarn that I do have and do intend to keep. So it's all good. So we're gonna get into some of them. I might not show all of the yarns, but I am gonna talk about most of them. Are the ones that I'm getting rid of. I do need some coffee. It is ungodly early. It's 7 a.m. here. Um, but this is just some Starbucks instant coffee with a little bit of International Light pecan, what is it? Southern pecan. Yeah, Southern pecan creamer. So I'm gonna be honest, I did forget a little bit of what is in this bag, and honestly, some of it's not just yarn. Some of it's like granny squares and whatnot. It was gifted to me, or a lot of this was gifted to me from my at this point former one of my former supervisors, who actually used to be my mom's manager. It's a long story for that. But she had gifted me this honestly a while back. But she gifted it to me and my mom a while back, and we just recently had a chance to go through it. And I did keep some of it, but a lot of what you're going to see here is what I didn't feel I needed in my yarn stash, but hopefully somebody else will love. So let's see. At the top, I do have some of these granny squares and whatnot. You can do a lot with granny squares. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. I don't know. I don't know what I would do with them, and I'd rather them get used in a project. So that's why I'm unstashing these. I think, if I'm not mistaken, because I did see one that was attached, the feel of it and look of it is very similar to the Red Heart yarn. So I think this one's made with Red Heart. So I'm getting rid of that one. Because I've also seen a lot of people doing creative things with thrifted items that they found like this. So hopefully that will be... this one's the sachet sequins. I've made quite a few ruffle yarns. Oh, this is not a ruffle yarn. I still didn't know what I was going to do with it. It's the Sachet Boutique Red Heart yarn. It probably would do good as a ruffle scarf. The picture they have for the pattern is kind of like almost like a chain of chains, if that makes sense. Like just taking like a large crochet hook and just chaining it up. Looks really pretty. There is some of the ruffle yarn. Now this was really big. I want to say about 10 years ago. It's not that it's not big. I just don't really it's not the vibes I'm feeling right now, so I'm donating this ruffle yarn. It's not bad to work with, but there are some tips and tricks and hacks that do improve the progress, because one thing is, if you set this yarn down, do not set it down without a stitch marker. Your whole project coming undone right then. Not even kidding. So I got that one. I'm trying to see what all I have. There's a bunch of other squares as well in just various like foresty colors. So I have those. Let's see. It's getting a little bit tangled, but fortunately it's not super long in, so I'm going to put those there. That's just some more of the squares. Now, I don't know. I may keep the squares. I totally forgot they were in the bag. I really did. But I'm not sure at this point. I am really not sure at this point. There's actually quite a few of them. I may actually like make it into a blanket or something. That's so many squares. So many squares. Put it right here. Trying to get to the rest of the yarns. There's some more ruffly yarn. I think this one's a different brand. I don't think it's the sachet, but it's similar to it. So, if you haven't heard of the ruffle yarns, they make like ruffly scarves, but it's basically, this is the yarn, and then you open it up, and it kind of has mesh. And what I would do was I would take the top part of the mesh, and I would kind of chain, I would kind of work into each of them. I don't even remember how I did it. I just remember, working, and suddenly, boom, ruffles. But, I don't have anything I would do with that one, so I'm going to set it aside. Now, there is the bane of my existence. I don't try to yarn shame. I don't try to judge. I don't. But we all do. We all do. We all have this, these yarns that we don't like, or that, we hate working with. I'm not going to say I hate this one, but I don't like it. I don't enjoy working with it either. So it is the Lion Brand Homespun. Now, Lion Brand has a lot of good yarns. They do. I just don't think this is one of them. And that's my personal opinion. If you love it, that is fine. I do respect that for you. It's just not one that I gravitate towards. They do, it's like a bouncily, I don't know, I don't even know if that's the right term. Like worked up, it does look nice, but it kind of fuzzes up a little too much. And I would say this is one that I never would crochet with. I did it one time, and this one is not forgiving very much if you make a mistake, especially in crochet, or even knitting. Let's see. There's a bunch of this in this bag. I'm probably not going to show very much of it. I just want to show like kind of the different types of yarn that I'm getting rid of and kind of why I'm getting rid of them. Why they don't work for me per se. So I have the homespun in various shades and colors. Like I said, it's just a yarn I don't gravitate towards. I do love the Lion Brand yarns, but this, and even in the other brands too. There's other brands that make yarn like this. I don't like it. It's just a me thing. Let's see, what else am I getting rid of? Let's see. I have some more of the sachet sequins. I'm just trying to see if there's any other types of yarn. There is. This one brings back so many memories. So when I was first starting to knit, I made a scarf from this fancy fur yarn, which is kind of like eyelash yarn, but with little pom-poms almost. It's very cute. But when I say I knitted that scarf, I made several mistakes. My first mistake, using 5mm knitting needles to knit with this yarn. And then I washed and dried it. Don't do that. Don't do that. If you're going to use eyelash yarn, don't throw it in the dryer. Washing, maybe not either. Let me see. I'm trying to see if it says on here for the care of the yarn. And that was back when I was like, I think 13, just first starting to knit. And it does say on the label, because this is like the same labeling they had back then, knit this beginner scarf with one ball, and size 13 knitting needles. I didn't follow that advice. I didn't know what the heck I was doing. But I was having fun, and it was cute. The one I made was kind of like a green and blues. Uh, this one's cute. It's just I'm not feeling the fancy fur vibes anymore. That was a vibe and a trend back in the early 2000s, and it's 20 years later. So, but it's very very nice. It's like a like an Easter egg hunt, or it would be if it was green. That would be really cute, though. I'd be interested in that. Although the pastels of Easter aren't my favorite. I'm rambling. Sorry. Let's see what else we have in this bag. So there's a bunch more of the homespun that I don't like. Again, that's a me thing. I'm judging the yarn. I don't like the yarn, but it's not because it's a Lion brand yarn. It's just because of the format of it. There is some of this Modea Wild yarn. It's almost like a fuzzy, what is it? Eyelash yarn. This actually, if you can look right here a little bit, this looks like what happened when I threw this yarn, a scarf made with this, in the wash. It matted up kind of like that. It's not a bad yarn, and let's see, it's made in Italy. Let's see, it's a nylon yarn. It makes something cute and fluffy. When I look at it, I love the colors. I just don't know what I would do with it. So I'm getting rid of it. More squares. More squares. More granny squares. Oh, let's see. So, more squares. So, so most of this stash, honestly, not to talk about business, people's business too much, but the lady who I got this yarn from used to run the local Michaels in my town. She was the manager, so she got a significant discount on the yarns and stuff. So I'm pretty sure that's where most of this came from. I have some more squares. I don't know. I might make something. I might make a blanket with this, since there's so many of the squares. Since there's so many of them. Okay, I have a Dollar Tree bag. Oh, this. I got these at Dollar Tree a few years back, and they were cute. They were pretty. I'd have no idea what to do with them. It looks like a larger version of the ruffle yarn, but like a thicker version of it. I'm having no idea what to do with it, so I'm getting rid of it. And that's growth, because sometimes I go into getting yarn and think, hey, I'm going to do something with it, and then it doesn't always happen that way. Don't always get to the fruition part of that with projects, and that's okay. That's totally okay. The growth part and the growing part is acknowledging that and letting the yarn go and letting it find new inspiration with others. This one, I have no idea what it is. It's very, very cute. It looks almost like an alpaca or a mohair. I'm sorry. I'm trying to find the camera. Or a mohair, because you see how it's kind of a little bit fluffy and a halo effect on it. And it does have some glitter throughout, like a glitter strand. It's very pretty. It's very gorgeous. I just have no idea what I would make with it. And so I'm donating it. I think the rest of this bag is mostly just more homespun. There's another bag. There's a bag, then bag, then bag. But I think that bag within the bag is yet again more homespun. I'm going to say there's like at least 20 skeins of homespun up in here. So we're going to stop going through that bag. I'm going to put everything that I am actually donating back in the bag. Like I said, I might keep the squares. There are more squares. Oh my gosh, there's so many squares. Oh, and there's fancy fur. More fancy fur. This one's a purple one. It's very cute. It's very cute. The other one was kind of more fall colors. Oh my gosh, how many squares am I going to find? I'll count them in just a moment. This bag was in the bag, and most of it is homespun. There is, let's see, this one is Hometown USA. I don't hate it. I don't love it necessarily. It does kind of fuzz up a little more than I'm liking. Like, I don't like that part of it. But it's not a bad yarn. It's a really good acrylic yarn, like a bulky yarn. for those of you who want to make projects and stuff but don't want to use wool, it's a really good option. Let me see. I'm just trying to see if there are more squares down here. Oh my gosh, there are. I think I might have had the last of them. Let me see. And the reason I was initially that I think I put these in here because I didn't remember them being there. Okay, so we're done with that back for now. We're gonna put this back. The reason I was getting rid of rambling. I don't even remember why I was getting rid of the squares, but I think I might I think when I was getting rid of the squares, I don't remember, but I'm gonna count them. See how many we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. There's 24. There's 24. There's enough, I'm pretty sure, to make a blanket here. I think I might. I think I might. I don't know. I will let y'all know later on, like as a comment in this video or in a different video, if I did donate these squares or if I kept them to do something with them. I will keep y'all updated on that. I'm going to set these to the side because now we have the, let me see. We have the box and a half. Now the boxes might look familiar. I just reused the boxes that I had got with the mystery boxes. I kept the yarn. I did keep the yarn, or at least 90% of the yarn. I did get rid of the Charon Super Saver. Not Super. Was it Super Saver? I'll let y'all know which one I got rid of. But I only got rid of about one because I really don't like that type of yarn. Charon has good yarns, but that's one that I don't generally gravitate towards. So we're going through the box. I'm gonna get these. I need to get these squares out of the way. So I'm just going to yeet them over here. We're gonna go over here for now. Another sip of coffee, because that's what keeps the day going. So, put that back. So, this is the half box. There's not a whole lot in here. Let me see. So, let's see. So, I do have a bag of amazing value Fashion Plus yarn that I got from the Dollar Tree, which it looks like the way it's wound up. I'm trying to show y'all. Okay, there we go. The lighting here is kind of keeping it from being seen. It looks very similar to the way they wind yarn at Red Heart or other similar companies. It's like a foresty, Christmassy green. I just don't know what I would make with it. So, I've had it for a little bit. It was $5 at the Dollar Tree. Some of the Dollar Trees have them, some of them don't. There's a few in my town that do have stuff like this for $5. It's basically kind of like a mill-in type deal. I think there's another one running around in this stuff I'm getting rid of. It had some glue, like when they do the labels, the glue got on the yarn itself, so it kind of made it unsellable. Or sometimes when they change out the colors of yarns, like say for example they're going from a light green to a dark green, there'll be a bit in the middle of that where the colors kind of mix, and it's not what they intended, so then they sell it off as these. So, or just maybe, I don't know, maybe they just liquidate, or the machine gets different size skeins, because this one right here at the top is a little bit smaller than the one at the bottom. So I'm going to set that there. Have got a few more. Let's see. I have some of the, a bunch of different kind of grays and stuff. These also were from the Dollar Tree for the Just Yarn Premier Worsted and the Just Yarn Tweed. They're pretty much the same color. They're almost the same color. There's like slight variants. I think they're both called charcoal. Yep, they're both called charcoal. And there's like only a slight difference. Let's see. I think this one might be another charcoal. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. Then I have these. I think these two right here, if I'm not mistaken, are Impeccable from Michaels. So, those, let's see. let's see, what else do I have in here? I have another Impeccable from Michaels, or at least that's what it's presenting as. That's what it looks like. I have a Tender Touch in Bluebell. I got it when Hobby Lobby was doing their sales that they do periodically. It was 99 cents, but I'm not feeling what I'm going to do with it, so I think I'm going to donate it. It's going in the box. So, that's that box. That's the small box. That's the half box. Half box. So, we're going to get that out of the way. And now we are going to go through the whole box. That's the big box. So, like I said, these are not bad yarns that I'm getting rid of. These are just yarns that the color's not vibing with me. I don't know what to do with it. Some of it's scrap yarn or leftover yarn from a project too, like this right here. This is a Mandela cake. I know that much. I don't know where I have the label. I think I put it inside. Did I? Nope, I didn't. I think the color is called Spirit. I could be wrong about it, but it's a nice kind of gray, like a charcoaly mid-tone gray to like a light blue, and I think it had some white in it too. No, I don't. It either had white or very, very light blue. But I used this early in the summer to make a top. It was a pattern test I was doing for manatee squares. It turned out really well, and I think I have it featured in one of my videos. I do have on Instagram my finished photos for it as well. So that one I'm getting rid of because I don't know what to make with like half a skein of this one. Let's see. I have some Respun from Lion Brand. Respun's like a nice idea. I do like the idea of recycling from it. It's just the fuzzy halo effect that it's giving. Let me see. I'll show the blue one too. You can kind of see a little bit down here. It'll probably be more apparent on the blue one. Right here. Yeah. Okay. So on the blue one, or actually I think it was more apparent on the other one. There's a little bit of fuzzing going on. And it's not a bad thing. It's just not, I'm just not vibing with it. Not vibing with it. I have a whole pound of love in white. I just don't make anything with white very much. I don't know why I got it. It's a personal preference. Okay, so this one is from the last box, and it is the Caron Simply Soft. This is another one of those yarns that I don't enjoy working with. And if you enjoy working with it, that's great. I'm not going to judge you for it. For me, I found it splits a lot when I try to crochet with it or knit with it. And the texture does feel really nice. And I have made a few things with it. For some reason, I just don't gravitate towards it. And I gravitate more towards their slightly sturdier yarns. Because this one, the way it drapes, it is, I don't know. It's not for me. I've got another one of the Respun polyesters. Okay. A few other ones. Let's see. I got an Ogo in gray. Now, the Ogos, I liked when they brought them out. They were hit or miss. These are great for color work, I'm going to say, if that hasn't been something that's been explored. It kind of, when you take it off of the cardboard, I'm going to leave it on so that the person I'm giving it to knows what it is. But when you take it off, right here at the bottom, there's a little piece that you can cut off, and it becomes like a neck pillow. So this would be really great for color work. I just not really feeling the gray. I'm not feeling it. I think this one might have been one that I got for 50 cents when they stopped carrying it at Walmart. I got so many. They were 50 cents. I went crazy. I've got another, another Respun polyester. This one is in Mercury. It's like a kind of mid-gray color, like a pewter. So I have some Caron Party. Now, I remember this being Caron Party yarn. I don't remember the color name, but it's the one with the rainbowies. The rainbow shimmer. We are almost done. I don't have much more. Let's see. Okay, so this is the other bag that I was talking about from the mill ends or whatever reason, the yarn is now $5 yarn, or however much they charge for it. But this sometimes is why they do that, because I didn't realize that when I bought this one, and I'm going to let them know when I give them this that this is part of it, that this is why sometimes they put them in mill-ins, because the yarn labeler gets it sticky, and there's a bunch of them like that. So I'm going to set that one to the side. I've got a few skeins of this, I love this yarn, metallic, from Hobby Lobby in the teal sparkle. It's really cute. I'm pretty sure I bought it for a project. I don't remember what that project is, but as I've said, I have a lot of yarn already. We're clearing out stuff. So, oops. I've got yarn everywhere. So this one right here is the Summer Nights from Lion Brand. It's a very thin #1 weight yarn. I did get it for the aesthetic of it. It's very cute, and I thought about making a shawl with it, but I'm just not feeling that anymore. So there's a few of these skeins. I think there's like 2 or 3. Yep, about 3. Let's see. I have the shimmery version of the Mandela. I don't remember. It's a Mandela Sparkle, I think, is what it's called. I've noticed that when they first had the sparkle come out, it mirrored the shades that they had for the regular. So it would be like the same, almost the same identical colorway, just with a slight bit thicker yarn. Because this one's a weight 4 with the shimmer, and it's a weight 3 without the shimmer. So they would add a little bit of thickness to the yarn, and the yardage would go down a little bit. Still pretty good. I did work on a project with it. That's why it's kind of all not looking like a Mandela cake. But, don't know what I'm doing with it now. So that's why it is going out of my yarn stash. Let's see. I have got some cotton. I think this was the Lily Sugar and Cream cotton. I think in the hot green or verde. I like the color. This is my color all day long. As you see back there, I'm working on a sweater very similar to this colorway for a pattern test. These are my colors, but I just don't necessarily like the cotton. I got it to work with another project. I want to say it was ChatGPT yarns that I was testing out. Not in yarns. No, ChatGPT doesn't have yarn that I know of. But I gave it prompts, and I have a video on that as well. I gave ChatGPT prompts, and then I kind of tested out the prompts. So that's what I got that yarn for as well. I have a few other yarns. I have some more of the Just Worsted, the Just Yarn Worsted. Well, Just Yarn Worsted. I thought it was just yarn. Let's see. Okay, this is another one. I think this one came. Yeah, this one was another one from the mystery box video. It's very aesthetically pretty. It's just more of a pastel pretty that I don't really. It's not really me right now, so I'm getting rid of it. I've got a few other yarns as well. I think that's most of it though, because most of them are this. Yeah, most of them are more of what I've showed you. So I think I'm about to end this video if I can find my computer under all this yarn.